Everybody, welcome to Kat's Creations private group. This is Sunday, May 24th, Memorial Day weekend, where I promised you we were going to be doing a 21-inch, this is the size of the bike rim, I guess, frame. So you guys know that I got this from Sims Pottery. I shared it with you in the live that we did last week. So we're going to be incorporating this sign that I got from Hobby Lobby into the design, and we're going to be doing florals. So yes, this is going to be another patriotic wreath. I have a couple more patriotic home decor items that I'm going to share with you guys that we're going to be doing on future lives, just to kind of finish up. And these are items that I don't mind actually adding to my home, because this is kind of like the theme that we have going on in certain rooms, kind of. So let's see, what else did I want to talk about? This is a private group, so make sure you do not click the share button, because this video is not shareable even though the share button is present. What else? I think
welcome new private group members.
Yeah, welcome new private group members. If this is your first time joining, let us know. We do try to do it every Sunday at 5, as long as it's not a holiday like Father's Day or Mother's Day, or if Memorial Day happened to fall on a Sunday, we would obviously push that out to the following week. So like tomorrow, we're not going to do the business class, so that'll get pushed out into the following week, because we're kind of wrapping up the business stuff. I think I only have like 5 more weeks roughly of the business class to teach, and then we'll start ramping up to double tutorials, so we don't let go of one of the extra days. We just start to fill it with, we need to get our shops ramped up. We need to make sure that everything's ready to go, that our pictures are clean, that our listings are flawless, we don't have misspellings, everything looks nice. Just kind of like if you were setting up your shop for the very first time, doing a grand opening, you'd want to have it look relatively nice. So that's where we're headed to, because people will start to buy some of their stuff towards the end of June. We don't really go full speed ahead until very end of August, first week of September, and then that's when it starts to get crazy.
So we've got Audrey. Hi, Audrey.
Hi, Audrey.
Gail and Peggy. Hi, gals. Tony. Melody. Hi, Melody. It was good seeing you yesterday.
I know.
We got to see her for about half hour, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Her and so that was nice. Nancy or Kathy Noncler. Hi, Kathy. Nancy Kornichuk. Hi, Nancy. Carrie and Judy so far, or Carol and Judy so far.
So you guys excited to see how this is done? I can be honest, I've never done one before, so I was looking at a couple variations of what we could do, and I'm thinking it'd be nice if we could make it fairly simple, so that the installation part, like what we attach to the bike frame, looks clean. You know, because you could technically take it, you could glue stuff to it, you could zip tie or wire tie or floral wire everything to the bike frame. This frame was actually silver, so I asked Steve if he would paint it for me. So this is just the outdoor, the cheapest paint that Lowe's sells. I think it's 99 cents a can, but it works extraordinarily well for things that are going to be used outside. You wouldn't want to incorporate this paint on anything that's going to be inside home decor. Not meaning that you can't use this and attach this in your home. It's just made for more outside weather.
And you can even spray clear lacquer over it, so it stays in better.
I'm happy with the way that it turned out. So you guys ready? So here's the interesting thing, because I was trying to create like this little bundle thing. So we have the lantern swag, we have the table runner, and I thought, wow, that would be great if you can incorporate a wreath, and you can kind of show people how if they bought a whole bunch of items from your shop, that they can all be relatively themed the same. So while I had my table runner out, Steve's like, oh, look how wonderful that would look if you just took that and added it to your bike frame. Well, there you go. that's a really simple way, which is kind of the theme that I'm going to do tonight. So rather than zip tie it multiple times to the frame, we're going to build it like we did the table runner or the lantern swag, a little bit different because obviously we don't have a top and bottom. It's going to be like the upper part, the lower part, we're still going to incorporate a bow on it. And we obviously need it a little bit longer because I don't want to completely cover it. Don't want to cover up the spoke in the middle because you want people to know it's a bike frame. Once we assemble it, then we will take the whole thing and just zip tie that in random places around the frame. And then, if you're smart enough, like if this doesn't sell and it just stays in our home forever and ever, I can just remove it, you know, snip off 4 or 5 zip ties, remove the sign if I needed to repaint this, or if we were going for Christmas theme, you could totally incorporate this for different seasons. So that's also what I will tell whoever, if they choose to purchase it, the same option. You can just remove the swag because the swag will stay together, and then you could just switch this out with seasonal holidays just by switching out the swag and then switching out the sign. So it should work out, hopefully. Since I've never done it before, I don't know. So we'll work on it.
Yep. Hi Kay, I had a couple of gals, Elizabeth, Carol, and Peggy asked, have you used that paint before to paint grapevine? Yeah, we've used the same white paint and painted that grapevine white.
Exactly. That's the exact same paint that I've used to paint all our grapevines, whether it's the black for Halloween, the orange for Halloween, or white for Christmas. Yeah, the 99-cent can of paint, it's like the no-name brand, the totally cheapest paint. And it works great. Coverage is amazing. So, you know, people are trying to talk you into the $10 can of spray paint. It's like you don't really understand what we're using it for. It's basically, I just needed to cover it because I'm going to cover that.
But you will go through the whole can.
Yeah.
For one grapevine, yeah, you'll use a whole can.
Did you use a whole can for this? You had 2.
I had 2.
Cans.
Yeah, I had 2 cans, and they were both like a third full.
So
I
maybe half
didn't
a
even.
can.
I would say probably half a can for that. Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start building this. So I'm going to take this and move this to the side.
How much did you say the bicycle room was? $10 or $11?
Yeah, it's between $10 and $12. They're hard to find now.
From
They're
Sims
extraordinarily hard to find. And this came from Sims Pottery, which wholesale only. So if you don't have your wholesale number or your business license, seller's permit, you won't be able to purchase from them until you have that. I know Craft Outlet was the only one I had seen it in, but I believe you need the 21 inch. So if you think about, this is 21, because I wanted it fairly big if it was going to be placed on the door. They do sell them in 16 inch, but that's not much bigger if you think about it size-wise than our 14 inch Dollar Tree wreath frame. So it's going to be an inch on either side of your 14 inch, which is relatively small. I think it's too small to hang on a front door, just from a size perspective. Even if you elongate out your florals really, you know, because you can't go too big on your florals either if you're working off of a really small wreath frame. So that's why I opted the 21, so I can actually work the spray and then I can attach a sign. So I think we're ready to start.
Yep.
Okay, so a couple things. Since I don't really know what we're going to use, I brought a wide variety of different things out. Obviously, we're going to use the Americana sign, even though I'm going to use a lot of, I think I'm still using like the bright red for the roses, just because I don't think I can study the roses anymore. Yeah. We're going to break down some of this fern. We're going to incorporate some fern in it. We're going to use some boxwood. So we're going to add boxwood to that as well, because it's kind of summer. This is kind of where I'm going with the colors part. I brought these out just in case I needed them. I have ficus out here. I have ivy out here if I needed to use it. But we're going to incorporate cornflowers because I found these at Shinoda yesterday. So we're going to add cornflowers, red roses, there's more boxwood. We're going to add some of these, which I think these were Dollar Tree type filler flowers.
Yeah.
So we'll be incorporating some of those. I think I have some of them already broken down that are in there. We're definitely going to use these, which are blue delphiniums. So it's kind of picking up a little bit of a different shade of blue along with white. I got these at Shinoda yesterday. I don't know what the price is. The one thing I can tell you is Shinoda's florals are really nice, but they're really expensive. Like the handful that I had in my hand when I was walking around picking out blue flowers for a wreath that I was doing, I was like upwards of like $30 by the time I finished just in florals. So we'll be adding some of these, which is Baby's Breath in the blues. I'm trying to think of what else I got. I got 3 Baby's Breath, and I got these things, which are called snowball sprays. So I don't know if I'll be incorporating them in this wreath or we'll be using them in a different blue themed wreath. But just to kind of give you an idea of the color palette, I don't know if I want to use the poppies, but who knows, we'll see. So those are the florals. So we need to start with a base of greenery. So we have boxwood A, boxwood B. I'm going to break this down so that we have some of that transitional colors as it will start to change. These were all from Hobby Lobby. So I know most of our Hobby Lobbies are slowly starting to open. We were just approved to have our stores open here last night at midnight. So I'm excited, but it's Sunday and then tomorrow's Memorial Day. So Hobby Lobby won't be open because it's a traditional non-holiday. Like they would be closed for Memorial Day if we never stopped. So we'll break this down. I have the scissors out. So this big bush came from, I'm trying to remember where we got this from. I think I got this from Shinoda, believe it or not. It came in one big huge greenery type pile. So I'm just going to start breaking down some of the greenery so that we have just different sizes, different textures that we're going to add to that. So I'm going to start from the top and kind of work my way down.
Melody, she's so funny.
What?
Sims Potter requires a sales tax ID? Yes.
You need a business license.
Have you ever shown us how to obtain one? Melody, yes, several times.
You got to go to the city hall. You can either since you're selling right now and you're selling a wide variety of items, it probably wouldn't hurt you to get a business license because then it opens you up for opportunities to be able to shop wholesale if you need to for anything that you need. And a lot of times you can get stuff fairly inexpensive that way. So I'm just breaking these down as you see so that we just have different types of greenery.
Gail said your biggest fan club is yelling, "Hi, Kat."
Hi, Alec. Hi, Liv. So funny.
Yep.
Every day, it's me and Alec's thing. We yell at each other. Okay.
Hi, Marley. She said, "Hi, long time no see. Been working 7 days a week.
Oh,
Missing
poor
my wreath
thing.
friend."
You poor thing. Okay. So let's work with, let me cut one more. I like this weird stuff. So
Hey, Cheryl. Hi, Karen.
we're gonna lay this out. So I want some of this boxwood, and this boxwood's weird in the fact that you've got these little offshoots, but I definitely want this to be present. So I'm just kind of like looking at where it would go in relations with everything else. So we can have some ferns attached to this. We can have, this is funny, this reminds me of cilantro for some reason, but cilantro is like at the end, it doesn't have an awful lot of in-between stuff. So we'll just kind of add these. I'm just kind of making a little bundle. Let me move this to the side so I can lay these flat. So we're going to kind of do it exactly like what we do for our swag. So I'm just going to kind of take these in.
Thank you, Karen. She said, hey, Karen from Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. Happy Memorial Weekend to my American friends.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for watching. Thank you all for watching this on Sunday when you could be out doing other stuff.
I think a lot of us are stuck. We don't really have much to do. How was us? We were working in the garden today.
Yeah, you actually planted some corn and some
I did. I planted vegetables.
basil and
I did. So I'm gonna try to make little clumps and then we'll attach them all to the boxwood because here's the downside of these. With all these little stems, while it looks good when you're building it here, how do you assemble it and zip tie it all together? So you've got to kind of create it and then we'll add zip ties to it like this. So I want it to kind of feather and then it's going to go a little longer. So what we're trying to do is just kind of create a greenery base. Let's see. Let me get my zip ties out. And I'm actually going to start building these. It'd be so much easier just to kind of take these and glue them all together. But I think it would take too long. Let's try this. Because once we get the greenery built, we can move on. I want to be able to make them longer as I'm adding to them. Trying to use different ones. And this is why there's people who build them like this and actually just zip tie everything down to the frame. But I think when you flip your frame over, all you would see is this giant network of zip ties. So we'll try it this way. We shall see. So let's try this. And I'm going to leave my zip ties facing up because I'm going to be adding floral to the top. I don't want to see the little zip tie part at the bottom. So I'm just kind of creating my own base. Let's see. Kind of like this. Off to the side. And have this one big piece. Trying to figure out how are we going to keep adding to them as we stretch them down. Zip tie at a time, I guess. So I'm just like adding 3 branches, move it down, add 3 more branches. Hopefully it will look good. And we're going to add these. So I'm just taking them and kind of moving them off to the side so they don't always have to be straight. I'll do this one to the other side. So you always want to attach to your main branch, like your cluster that you already have started, and then just kind of keep building on top of it. I think this will be the hardest part just because I chose to do it this way. I just want options, I think. That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Well, you could take a couple of really long ones, your longest ones, and then just build from those.
It's hard because then if you did it like that, then you're taking these and you're not using them. They don't become part of what it is that you're building. Let's add this one. So again, to the middle, and then we can attach from here. So I have to make sure my top ones attach to the bottom. Normally we take thicker greenery, but you wanted to burn, so this is why we're using thinner.
I think you're using some of the boxwood too, aren't you?
Yeah, boxwood will get added to the base once I get the greenery going here. Okay, come on. This is where you can even come in and use 4-inch zip ties and make them really small. We have this one, which is great because we have a little nub here, so we can make it longer.
Yeah, Gail, it has been a good week for you selling. And then Sandra said, Kat, I can't remember if you have done a wreath using a square form. I found square wire forms today at Dollar Tree. Interesting.
I haven't done them. It wouldn't be that
I
hard.
thought you did do a square form for your dad's neighbor,
No.
but it was a grapevine, wasn't it? Or it was something like that.
She had a square one. We added to her what she wanted. Okay, I added that one. I could have sworn I had a really long duplicate piece. Maybe not. Just go in here. What I want this to do is be something that you can pick up and move. I feel like I'm working with, see, like this. And then of course that stays there. So we'll have to attach that. So we're basically building our greenery. So now we'll just attach it here. My recommendation would be use thicker greenery so that you're not piecing it all together as you work around your frame. So this is kind of showing you where we're at. And then where we need to be. So basically another one of these about half that long I think will be fine for our base. And then we can start supplementing it with other pieces. Like the boxwood, obviously, for the top and bottom. So I'm going to grab some thicker pieces, like this, that we can build off of. There's that one. See if we can grab these.
Where'd you get that big bunch from?
Shinoda.
Shinoda?
Yeah. So see, as we're pulling these down, I'm just cutting them in giant clusters so we can move this along a little quicker. So we will add this. Let's go here because we'll kind of keep the center where we're going to attach it to the ribbon. We want to kind of keep that thinner. So now we'll flip this and we'll start going in the opposite direction. So let's move this up because this will be roughly where our bow's going to be. So I'm okay with having a gap. Okay, we'll just keep adding more pieces to this. What do you guys think? Is this something you would try to tackle or just kind of pass on that one?
Facebook is being fun.
Why?
I'm not seeing comments come through again. I'm seeing it come through on your phone,
Oh,
but not on my phone.
you can use my laptop, it's right there too.
Oh, Karen said some floral green zip ties would be nice. I have some green ones, but they're more of a Christmas green.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a downside too, right? Is you're like, what colors? Because I like the mossy greens like this. So all I'm doing is just like, I'm kind of making little extension pieces as I go and just zip tying them all like to the next one.
Yeah, Karen said I'm definitely going to try it eventually. Cheryl said it looks interesting. Sandra said I would definitely try it. And Deborah said the same thing. I did too. I had no clue on how to create one. Thinking of using greenery on them.
Let me put one of these zip ties right in the middle. Right here. I think it's just your greenery base. I would go with thicker greenery. Like, I don't know, I would probably take the whole boxwood branch and do boxwood top, boxwood bottom, and maybe just add pieces of fern to it.
Maybe that's kind of a good idea.
What's that?
She said, could you use a long floral wire, like a thick floral wire?
You could.
And then add your base around that. That's interesting. Yeah, you could.
You could. We're almost there. So just a couple more pieces and I think we'll be okay as far as the length goes. So I'm going to try to see if I can't get this whole piece right here to stay in its wire.
Deborah asked, how would you ship the wheel? Well, the frame is only 21 inches, so we're definitely going a 24-inch box.
Yep, that was the reason for going with 21 inches. Is I knew by the time, I'm going to try to keep everything fairly close. I'm trying not to go beyond like 26 inches when I finish. So let me zip tie these guys all together. And then I will attach them to the bunch. And then obviously the boxwoods are going to be a lot thicker. And then we'll add that. We will kind of go in between here because now we need to attach this to our main. It's just a matter of finding my zip ties. Like that. I just wanted something I could put on and take off really easily rather than kind of like this is going to go. Here's my bow. And we have these little pieces kind of. Now remember, zip ties are not going to show because we're going to add floral all over the top of that. So let's add some boxwood in here. Let's go and get a couple pieces of this fern in. I like to attach it right here. I'm just creating my own greenery base, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And
well,
yeah, you
almost
could
like
do.
you would in a centerpiece or a swag.
Yeah, it's exactly like the swag. But with a swag, we'd be working with longer pieces. So let's add this kind of in here. I had bent this so that it would go kind of add to this. Let me move it down where I want it to be. Probably right about there. So I'm going to go ahead and attach the boxwood to the bunch with a zip tie. I just like zip ties over floral wire because I don't have to take the time to put them all together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're going to put this one a little bit up here. I'm going to move this down. We'll attach this to the bundle.
But you know, this one too is even if you wanted to, for your bow, because it's going to be kind of on the side, you could make long tails.
You could, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
Not everything has to be long tails. But yeah, you could. Okay, so there's our greenery base, which we will be attaching to. Let me add another one right in here. Just don't like the way these are fanning out. My cilantro looking greenery. Okay. Okay. So there we go. So if I bring this way, see where our greenery has led us at this point? All I have to do is zip tie it here, zip tie it to here, zip tie it here, and technically I'm good. My base is set for this wreath. So I'm just gonna take these and set these aside. And then let's go ahead and make the bow so we can see how big the bow is gonna be, and then we'll start to add our floral. Oh, I need the bow dabber. I totally forgot. I was like, okay, I need the glue gun, I need the glue skillet, just in case. Because like we might come in a little bit later and, you know, add some movement with some of these like little ferns so that they kind of flow a little bit. I mean, all this greenery is wired, so once we get it attached to the frame, then we can kind of fan it out. Thanks. Okay, so based on my sign, we are going to go with Americana colors. So I'm going to do the navy, the tan, and the red stripe with the beige and red stars, along with this, stars and stripes, to kind of really pull from the sign into this element. So I think I'm going to, I really like this to be on the top for some reason. So I think I'm gonna go like this, although maybe I'll do it this way. What do you think? It's like either the stars are together, the stripes are together, or like that.
Yeah, I think like that.
Okay. So, because we don't know how big of a bow or how big the tails, this is where we're going to dovetail cut this first. We'll fold them together. Let's go ahead and put our finished edge on that. And then I am guessing somewhere around here. So, if you kind of lay this off to the side, you're like, do you like that length? Keep in mind there's going to be floral here. Do you like that length? Do you want it a little bit longer? Like that maybe? Maybe like that. So that's how I determine length of tails. I just take my ribbon and kind of put it where I know my bow's going to be and measure where this is going to technically fall off to the side. So this is like 11.5 inches. So let's go ahead and do that one. We will do our twist. And we're going to keep the loops fairly small. So these are all 1.5 inches. So I'm just going to do 2 on each side. If I need to add more ribbon, we'll come back in and can always add more to our existing design. So I'm going to do these ones 5 inches. And then we'll do 5. Bring that in. And then we know we're going to do 12. Let's bring this all the way back so it's easier to measure. And then put our cut in it. This way, if we need to add more, we can come back in, because you know with your bow dabber, you can always come back in and add additional ribbon. So we'll do the same thing, but we'll bring these tails up a little bit more. I think that one's, see, that's how I use my leftover ribbon. So it's like, hey, before you cut anymore, here's an extra piece. So I'll do this. Probably do these at about 9, and we'll do 10, and then we'll do 8. So they'll have a little longer tails. So do the same thing. We'll do 4.5 inch loop, or yeah, 4.5, because we made the ones on the bottom 5. So bring these into 4.5. 4.5. And then we need 10. I'll add this in. And then this one's done. I've yet to put together the materials list because this is kind of like a, I don't really know what we will use. Let's throw everything out there and go from there. You guys are awful quiet today.
Well, Deborah just asked a question, but I said either PM you or I kind of told her what I would do.
What's
But,
that?
It's kind of a long. She's got a customer who wants to buy a Farmhouse Wreath. It's done and posted on her Etsy shop, but she wants Deborah to add denim ribbon to it. So I said, well, you gotta ask the customer what type of ribbon. Do you want dark denim or light denim? What
Yeah.
size? You'd have to add a couple more dollars to the price,
Yeah.
and then have them purchase it first, and then you can order it and give her lead times on.
You know what though? Go to Hobby Lobby if you have a Hobby Lobby that's open, because Hobby Lobby right now has denim. That's where I've always gotten my denim
Yeah.
ribbons from. So that way you don't have to wait. There's not a long wait time on any of that.
Or
So,
she can buy it as is, and she can put the denim and ribbon in herself.
most people, the reason why they reach out and contact you is because they want you to do it. So yeah, that's what I would recommend. Just go to Hobby Lobby because they have the light denim and the navy denim, and I would just get both and go from there. I'm looking at this section, and I think I want to pull this ribbon out because look,
Did they spice it?
no, it looks like it melted or something right in here. I don't know, maybe it got too hot to something. So we will remake that one. I'm so picky about my quality like that. If I see a flaw, if my ribbon falls apart, I'm like, gotta take it apart. Gotta fix it. So really quick, we'll just zip this one in. See, and that's way in the middle of this ribbon roll. So I really don't like the fact that it's probably all automated and mechanical, but wow, when we pay what we pay for ribbon and to have splice jobs in the middle of it or in that decomesh, it just really makes me angry. Because I know what we pay, and then what's our recourse? Take it all apart, send it all back. But how do you even know that's going to be in there until you get that far? Look how far into the ribbon roll it was to get that burnt section. Not happy. So we will go pull all these down. So that's what's going to need to happen anyway. We're going to pull all of our ties down and all the loops up. Pipe cleaner. I'm going to use white just because it's going to go on the frame. So it's going to be attaching to the frame. By the time we fluff our bows, we shouldn't be able to see the middle. But we can also, we might add something to the center, perhaps. So I'm just kind of doing fluff up, fluff down, kind of fluff to the middle. Just a little bit different on both sides. It's just a hand fluffy. So this will go, basically. It will go right in the middle. That we don't need anymore. That was really sad. Pretty depressing.
What?
Oh, just to have that ribbon
Oh, yeah.
you know. So there is our bow. So now we're going to go in and we're going to add in our floral. So let me move this out of the way. So I just want to show you where it's going to be. Set that aside. So right where I have this clump, I don't want to be attaching any flowers. Now I can have the stems come down here to give me a thicker base to kind of bite onto that frame, and that's fine. So we're going to add in, let's see, I have my roses here. So I wanted to do, like, I'm just going to lay them in here. We're going to have one of our roses here. We need to push all the petals up. So one just slightly higher than the other, like this. And then I am looking at which ones I had cut. I have ones that I cut. And these came from, I will tell you in a second, Walmart. These were Walmart roses.
Yeah. Remember that's when all the other stores were closed and you just asked me to pick up
some roses really quick. Yeah. So you want to kind of keep your focal flowers a little closer to the bow. You can start, you know, adding your cornflowers and some of the filler flowers as you feather them out, but we want to keep these fairly close. So I'm thinking somewhere right about there for our roses. So I'm going to go ahead and zip tie those in. You don't have to. You could leave them there and just zip tie everything. But I hate when things move. Just when I have them where I want them to be. So what I'm going to do is right to this frame, my little greenery frame. I'm going to zip tie my roses in, because it's just going to strengthen the bundle. So once I get them in, then I can move them. Same thing with this one. I'm going to come in. Zip tie it in. And then we can move. This one's going to be up.
Any other questions, gals?
That'll be off to the side. Now we'll add, I think I wanted to add the delphinium. Should have actually built the whole base around the delphinium flowers. That would have been a smart thing to do. Because I have this really long stem, yeah. One of those, okay, knowing ahead of time, but I'm just going to actually lay this in.
Curve it around too.
Yeah. Well, I'm just getting them in there first. Then, again, we'll put bends in them when we're ready to attach it. That one. Take this one off. Smart thing to do. Build these all on the delphinium base. So I'm just kind of figuring out where I want it to be. Like, do I want it to go all the way to the edge? I'm kind of fine with it right there. So I will zip tie this in to my base.
Yeah, gals are being quiet. No questions?
Just watching.
Yeah, probably.
So these will all move. Because once I zip tie it in random sections, then it's going to be fun. So let's pull these apart. Sucks that they have leaves on these. So I wanted to add some up here, like this one, I think. I'm trying to break up like how many, like I'm going a little bit, still adding just 1 or 2 touches of it down here at the bottom. Like I'm adding more to the top, less towards the bottom, mostly for gravity reasons. Because you don't want to make the top too heavy, because then if they hang it on a spoke or a nail, it might roll so that the heavy side is down.
How do you think that they would hook it up to the top of the spoke?
Do I have the other cornflowers over here? I only have... Over here. Right there. Okay. Let me cut another of these off. It's almost like we're building a grapevine, but with no frame. So you're just kind of looking at random placement. Like I like the way that looks with the 2. And I think I'm gonna add a 3rd to the top over here. Let's see.
Tanner's looking very pretty. Even says she's just watching your creative talent. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, baby.
There's like no sense in just leaving one. That's all that's here. So maybe we'll kind of add that out to this side. I like the way that looks. The bottom. I have to work on the top a little bit more. So now I need to make sure that I am securing my cornflowers to that frame.
And then you're going to add in your whites.
Yeah. You've got to get the bulk of your florals in first, and then you can start doing things like little filler flowers. You can glue them in. So our goal is to get these in place, so when we go to move them, then we don't have to worry about them falling out of the bunch. I'm gonna add, there's a toe here. Because sometimes I just look at when you're moving your bunches around, what's happening to that, your whole sprag as a whole. Is it wanting to come loose? Are things sticking out? See, like these, I have my cornflowers. You can see them here. So I'm gonna probably go up in here and attach them up by the roses, further up into this pile. This way they don't all, but I need my greenery. So I don't wanna, let's see, let me add this guy to my delphinium spray. And then I can move the other 2 down. I'm just trying not, you don't want to crush all your greenery while you're zip tying everything in place.
Jesse asks, what do you think about using or cutting half a grapevine on the frame to attach your greenery to it?
You could.
It would be tough to cut in half, because then it makes the grapevine unstable.
It does. It definitely does at that. kind of having these.
Like you said, she probably would have done it to the delphinium first.
Yeah, now that I'm looking at it, I probably would have laid my delphinium out and just zip tied everything to that and then added my greenery. But like I said, it's my first time figuring this out. And you never really know, okay, well, what flowers are you going to use? So now I'm just attaching the cornflowers to the bundle. So we'll move these all around so we can have some movement. Just like so. Just like so. It's starting to come together. Okay. Now, let's break one of these down. Do you guys think we should add the red poppies or no? These are baby's breath that I'm breaking apart. But I want to add some of these towards the front. Like up in here. Just so we kind of have kind of like that. I'm just bringing it up through the boxwood. And I think I'll bring some up in here. I think it needs it in here. And you can kind of see I'm just trying to twist it through all the boxwood branches. So it doesn't just, you just don't have clumps of boxwood and clumps of something else. And this is going to fall around like so. One more piece. Right. I don't know. Let me think about this one. Thinking I might not need to because we're going to add some more white. We need to pop white in here. So I'm going to pull these all out. And now what you're going to see is I'm going to start gluing these in to the bunch. So I just want to find out where I want them to go. Like I don't want to cover up my cornflowers. Everything has a price tag on it. So I'm just looking at these for placement right now. This one I can actually stick right into the bundle. It's actually loose enough for me that I can slide it in.
Sure, yeah, she'll spin it here in a little bit when she gets close to being done. She'll show you more.
Okay. Move that here. I'm trying to get all these things out of the way so when I spin it, I don't knock all the trash off on the floor. How about my trash can?
Kelsey, when pricing the item, do you use the whole price of the bundle of flowers or divide the cost of the bundle by the number of stems?
Well, I'm pretty much using the whole bundle. Like this, I mean, I think is by itself.
Yeah. She said sometimes you don't use the whole thing.
Yeah, sometimes if I'm not using the whole thing, then I would. I would divide it into how many stems I pulled off of there. I think they're all mine. Because I keep grabbing zip ties, and I keep grabbing the ones that I already cut off. Okay. I think these are good. Yeah, these ones are good. Okay. These ones. grab them. So let me go ahead and grab this, because it's been a while since I've zip tied to the middle. So I have all my delphinium branches kind of coming together. So I'm just going to overly secure that, because this is right where my bow's going to go. So I want to make sure that these don't come apart. We're almost to the point where we're going to attach it. So let me go ahead and glue my white flowers into my bundle. This one. We are going to zip tie that guy in, because that's where I will eventually zip tie my whole bundle. Where'd you go?
I said I had to find something that when you're done you could kind of lean it on for a stand.
Oh, I use the Wreath, the box that holds all my stuff in it. Okay, that one got added to a bundle. This one. All that glue thread off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go ahead and attach this in, I'm thinking probably 3 or 4 different places. So as you can see, my zip tie doesn't want to come all the way around. So this is where you have to make the zip tie extension. So you're going to do 2 zip ties. I'll cut this one off. And then we'll make it long enough for me to fasten that, because I want to fasten it to the top rail of my bike frame, not to the rim. So I'm going to put it in about 4 different places. So here on the top. So I'm just using 6-inch zip ties. If you've got an 8-inch zip tie, you would probably be long enough. I have them, but they're black. And I don't want to see the zip ties. So I'm actually pulling the floral away, putting my zip tie under.
Still the greenery.
Yeah, it's still going around the greenery, still going around the delphinium, but I'm moving the blooms out of the way so I can actually get this to the frame. And then our florals hide everything. And then you can start taking your greenery and you can start moving your greenery in different directions. Down here to the side, because we need to attach it here. So we need this delphinium on top of our boxwood. So it's in here like this. So I got to create my extension. Yes, you are in the right way. There we go. under the frame, I need to secure the delphinium. So I'm just kind of moving the florals out of the way so I can get my zip tie in. Move my boxwood. Okay. Might end up. There we go. I need to bring it up and over. So that it's not to the side, but it's on the top. And then we'll come back in and add some more fillers, some more floral. I'm trying to keep in mind where this is going to be, how it's going to get centered. Let's add some more of these. Do I have? I'm looking. I have this stuff. Oh, here's another one. It's nice when you get to kind of come in and these are just getting added into that bundle. Like I just tucked it right into all the zip tie parts. I think these might be a little too big. I might go with these ones. These little fillery things.
You're not gonna glue them?
I'm gonna tuck them in if I can, like this one. Needs to go inside. So I'm just tucking them in to my greenery. That whole pack, I'm just adding stems in and out and around that. Keep pulling it down. I think I want to put another zip tie in here to keep my swag on the frame. I don't want it to go to the outside or the inside. So I'm going to go right in here. There we go. Now it's on the top of my frame. What do you guys think so far? Like, love,
Yeah, I just said looking good. He also looks awesome.
We'll add this. Might not be able to add that to the mix. Might have to zip tie it to the existing mix. Because I want some white around here. See, can I get this in? Yes, I can. It's just going around my stem. I just went under it. So I can add this little filler. Just like so. Now watch me add our bow here. Remember, we're making this so that it can be changed out or the seasons. So all this customer would have to do is just order table runners, so just built like we do the lantern swags. There's this.
Justin, I really like it. I was wondering how everything was attached when I saw them before. Never thought of the zip ties.
Zip ties are easy.
Yeah. And I know they said so pretty and simple. I like it.
Right? Let's keep it simple. Let's do some little, like let me have a couple little baby roses. So I have a couple spots right here by the bow. So I just want to add just a little bit. There we go. And we'll add another one down here. What do you think?
That's awesome. Are you going to go back and glue them in?
They go right into the, all I'm doing is adding them into the existing swag. So like right where the zip tie is right here, I just take my,
Into the bundle.
yeah, just stick it in the bundle. There you go. It went right into the bundle. Just like so. Ta-da! Now we have to attach the sign. So the sign, you can add it, you can take it off. I wanted to add it, so I'm going to, I'm going to try to get the staples out of this. Sometimes they come out. Oh, that one pretty much disintegrated. There we go. Sometimes our fingers don't go places where we wish it could go. So I'm trying to pull all that twine out. And I think it would look tacky from the back. So we're just gonna, this is actually going to go right here. So I'm going to attach a pipe cleaner to secure it here. And a pipe cleaner probably by the A, under the A, right, to attach it to the spoke. So let's do this one first. So pretty much right here. Wrong way. Oh, that's so loud. And then we know one under the A. So right under the A. Give it a twist. And then we'll go ahead and secure it to a wreath. So this one's going to go right underneath.
You can probably do it to the spoke, couldn't you? On the inside?
I would probably do it too. It's either or. I think if you do it to the spoke, it would slide up and down. And I need it to stay stationary. So let's see.
Maybe do two of them.
Huh?
Probably tie two of them together, two spokes together.
No, I'm just looking at where I want it to be in relation to the bow. I'm trying to find
Gotcha.
where I want it to be. So there we go. And then you can add just small little touches, like I would come back in probably and add some little just little touches of the little white, I don't know what these are. They just came with, you found them. They were just like little filler flower thingies, right?
Yeah, it's almost like baby's breath, but they're not.
Yeah, they're not. This is just going into the bundle. There we go. And you can just start pulling out all of your greenery. All that stuff we tried so hard to keep secure, right? Here's all your ferns. Put some boxwood around. We'll add another little sprig of this. I'm trying to break this down so I don't have to put it back with just one in it. You know? Trying to find my bundle. I think that's about it. What do you think? What? Oh, I'll put it up on my box. Okay. And this. Hold on. Let's see. Might want to add that there. I'm like, I have this one piece that I cut. I think I'm going to add it in here. There we go. I'll fix it, Steve. I know you're getting antsy.
No.
You want to like fix it. Give me a second and then I can just put this all. These I need for all of our martillas. You're still doing that. You're like a stager. Little do you know, that's like your secret creative fantasy, right? Staging.
Yeah.
Yes. All of that. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Do you think it came out okay? Is it in the right spot?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she'll have to go back in and cut off the zip ties on the back of the sign, or the pipe cleaners on the back
Oh,
of the
yeah.
sign, and all that stuff.
Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah, cut off the ties, but I don't want to cut them off too short because I want the customer to be able to switch this out seasonally. You know, imagine if they added something for fall with all fall flowers and sunflowers, and then change the sign to maybe say welcome fall, and then that's all they have to do is snip off the zip ties and they can change it out. So for us as designers, if this doesn't sell for you for Patriotic, snip it off, save it for Patriotic next year, and then do a fall one, and then list your fall one as the seasons change.
Yeah, that's interesting. Sandra said she bought 4 wagon wheels. She bought at Walmart. And they're from Pioneer Woman.
Oh, interesting.
And they were already decorated.
Okay.
But she said they were only $5.
That's good.
So I grabbed all of them, and then she was just gonna take them
all
apart.
apart.
Yeah, redo them.
That's really good. Because then that gives you a really low price, and you can easily do what we just did here. But lesson learned, start with your big thick, you know, like mine were the delphiniums. I don't know what greenery or florals you're going to use. Whatever you have the thickest part, that is your base, and then start to zip tie or build your things around those base florals. But yeah, that's super simple, easy to do, and easy to change out. Because the ones that I had seen, they zip tied each section as they built it all the way around it. I'm thinking, wow, so from the back you're gonna see zip tie, zip tie, zip tie, zip tie, zip tie, zip tie all the way through. And I'm like, imagine if we just had 4, like here, 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 and up here, and then we attached our sign, and then it would look pleasing from the back end as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Karen said gorgeous as usual. Sarah said it's beautiful. Cheryl said looks awesome.
Thank you.
I said, well, you did again. Another great Sunday. Looks amazing and very classic. Thank you for showing us all the way to step out of our comfort zone a little more.
Yeah.
Thank you again for your valuable time and many talents. Have a great restful Monday. Stay safe. Thank you, Audrey. You too.
Do you guys want to see a sneak peek at what's coming?
Well, of course we do.
Yeah, what's coming. So what we'll be working on for Friday's live, and then one of them might be for next Sunday's live.
Do you want to take the wheel off?
I'll just show. So this is what we're working on for next Fridays. Look how cute this is. I found this at Shinoda yesterday. It's just a galvanized metal bucket. It says "Let Freedom Ring" with the truck. And then on the other side, oh, it's the same thing. I thought it had 2 different ones.
I think there is 2 different ones.
I don't know where I put the other one. Looking across them? Like right on my scale, I think. But I thought we would do a really super cute centerpiece, that still matches the bike frame, that matches the lantern swag. So it's like, hey, I could totally decorate your entire house. And then I will probably do...
I think it's the same.
It's the same? Yeah. Oh, this one says America the Beautiful. Different type of flag. So this one has a cat and sunflowers. This one just has watermelons and apples. So yeah, these are like $6 at Shinoda. So we're gonna do the gaps and cracks. We're gonna fill this up, and then we're gonna make a floral to match this and the lantern swag and the table runner, so that you can create themed pieces. So that hopefully, like, if somebody purchases this, you can also show them, hey, did you know that the lantern swag also pairs well with this? I mean, if it doesn't, just change out the ribbon and make matchy-matchy. So that's Fridays, and then we're working on, I'm trying to find these ones. Where did I find that? So I've been dying to do this one for a while. So we're gonna do farmers market blueberries. And look, I actually found blueberries because I wanted blueberries to go on the blueberry wreath. And then Shinoda also had these ones. So we're gonna do deco mesh for this design. So it'll be a farmers market blueberry wreath that will probably be on either Sunday or Sundays. And then it will also have this ribbon to go in it, so it'll kind of be kind of fun. You guys see where the theme's going? So that's the ribbon that goes with the blueberries. And then I would say we, because I have another one of these, so I had to have florals to match, totally different. So we're gonna do blue hydrangeas, we're gonna do tiger lilies in blue, and then some of the other blue greenery, like, let me find, I got this. Like these. We're gonna incorporate all these florals into this welcome design. So those are what's coming. So there's my creative design stuff, sneak peek. So now you guys know what's forthcoming.
Sure, yeah, there is, in the private group, a video on the centerpieces as well as the lantern swags that basically how she built this is through just like a centerpiece or a lantern swag.
Yeah, just look at a lantern swag video or lantern swag tutorial. We did quite a few of them. I think we did one for Halloween. We did one for
Patriotic.
Patriotic.
Yeah.
We did one for Christmas. So those are all things that you can kind of incorporate or utilize in your designs, and then you can just, imagine this at like a future crafting booth where you have your wheel and you have your centerpiece and you have your lantern swag and table runner. It's all in the centerpiece. It all matches. So who knows? Just trying to give you guys some ideas for going forward. Just something new, something we hadn't done before. So this was my newbie. I just had to find the wheel. So I'm already sitting here and getting it ready for photos. So I'm just kind of twisting these so they kind of curl. You could add pics in here. You could add fun little firework pics. And Steve found some interesting flowers. I think they were spider mums, where they look like
Remember it was onion seed?
onion something else.
Onion flower.
And it looked like sparklers.
Yeah.
So I just thought they were really expensive though. I was like, I'm gonna shop around and see if I can find those for less. So yeah, there we go. So that's it. That's all I have to show you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and never know. You could go on your Facebook Marketplace and start looking for people selling old bike wheels, or put out looking for old bike rims, take them off the bike and spray paint them, and there you go, whatever you sell for your bike rims. Okay, well, I will let you guys go. Have a great Memorial Day, and I will see you on Friday, and I'll talk to you guys then. Okay.